two popular cashback cards, but only one may be the real wallet game changer. Which one really delivers? On the left, the Chase Freedom Flex, flexible rewards, $0 annual fee. On the right, the Blue Cash Preferred card from American Express, maximize everyday cash back. Let's skip the hype and look at what these cards truly offer. Each category scores points, so you'll see a clear winner by the end. The result might just surprise you. Okay, before we dive deep, here's a quick mind map of everything we're comparing. Annual fees, welcome offers, cashback categories, dining and groceries, gas and transportation, flexibility and redemption, perks and protections, and ease of approval. Got it? Cool. Let's start at the top. First up, annual fees. Chase Freedom Flex is like your best friend here because literally zero annual fee ever. You never pay just to have this card in your wallet, which is pretty huge, right? Now, Blue Cash Preferred throws in a $0 intro annual fee for the first year. So, hey, free ride at the start. But after that, ouch. It's $95 a year as of 2025. So if you hate fees, sorry Amex, Chase totally wins this round. Easy. Next, let's talk welcome offers. Both cards have pretty solid sign-up bonuses. Chase gives you $200 after you spend just $500 in the first 3 months, which is super doable, right? Amex Blue Cash Preferred ups the amount to $250, but you've got to spend $3,000 in 6 months. So, really depends on your spending habits, but honestly, it evens out. No shade, I'm calling it a tie. All right, now the fun stuff. Cashback categories. Chase Freedom Flex gives you 5% on up to $1,500 per quarter with rotating bonus stuff like groceries, gas, or maybe Amazon. But you do have to activate these every quarter, and there's a cap. Plus, you get 5% on travel booked through Chase Travel, 3% on dining, including delivery, 3% on drugstores, and 1% on everything else. Lots of variety, but keeping up with the quarterly rotation, that can be annoying. Now, with Amex Blue Cash Preferred, listen to this, you get 6% cash back at U.S. supermarkets, up to $6,000 per year, and 6% on select streaming subscriptions. Like, that's crazy high. Add in 3% at U.S. gas stations and transit, 1% everything else. So, if you're living that grocery store life or binging Netflix, Amex is where it's at. Chase is good, but Amex legit takes the win here. You know what? Here's something cool most people don't realize. If you spend over $500 a month on groceries, Blue Cash Preferred could literally make you $360 cash back per year, just from supermarkets alone. Not bad for buying snacks and whatever else you need to survive. All right, back to the battle. Let's dig deeper into dining and groceries for a sec. So, Chase Freedom Flex gives you 3% back at restaurants and eligible delivery all year, which is actually pretty sweet. The catch? That awesome 5% grocery cash back is only when it's one of their quarterly categories. So, not all the time. On the other hand, Blue Cash Preferred is like the supermarket card. 6% back at U.S. supermarkets, capped at $6,000 a year. But hold up, it doesn't cover restaurants and dining. So if you eat out a lot, meh. But if your pantry is always stocked, Amex is killer. Winner here, Blue Cash Preferred, hands down. Moving on to gas and transportation. Chase throws gas into the mix only when it's part of the rotating 5% categories. So you gotta wait and hope it pops up, which is kinda meh if you drive a lot. Amex Blue Cash Preferred just gives that sweet 3% all year round on US gas stations and transit. Buses, taxis, trains, rideshare, parking, tolls, you name it. I mean, way less guesswork. Amex easily snags this category. Flexibility and redemption. This is actually pretty important, right? Chase lets you redeem your cash back in a bunch of ways. Statement credit, direct deposit, gift cards, travel, or even at Amazon checkout. And rewards never expire as long as your account's open. Super flexible. Amex Blue Cash Preferred? It's easy, but you only get statement credits via the Amex portal. So if you want more choices, Chase has your back here. Let's talk perks and protections. Chase Freedom Flex throws in nice stuff like cell phone protection, extended warranty, and purchase protection, but not much for travel insurance. Amex Blue Cash Preferred adds things like return protection, plus rental car damage insurance, but not the super premium kind. Both offer solid perks, nothing mind-blowing. Honestly, call it a tie. How about ease of approval? Chase Freedom Flex is pretty chill for new credit card users. Like, if you're just starting out, pretty good shot. Amex Blue Cash Preferred, though, wants you to have good to excellent credit, FICO 670 plus. And Amex is kinda picky. So if you're just getting into the credit game, Chase is definitely more beginner-friendly. That's another win for Chase. So, looking at the overall scores side by side, Chase Freedom Flex keeps crushing it on fees, perks, and flexibility, while Blue Cash Preferred totally dominates with groceries, streaming, and gas. When you see all those points stacked up, the winner depends on what fits your lifestyle. But there's definitely a front runner if your spending lines up. Okay, here's my honest take. If you want a card with no annual fee, flexible rewards, easy approval, and you love hitting those quarterly bonus categories, Chase Freedom Flex is gold. On the flip side, if you're a supermarket powerhouse, big on streaming, or rack up lots of miles and transit charges, and you can handle that $95 annual fee after year one, Blue Cash Preferred is just unbeatable for the cash back. Honestly, think about where your money goes before you pick. Still deciding? Save this comparison so you can come back when you need it. Remember, the best cashback card is totally about your style and spending. So really, take a look at your budget and pick what matches. You got this.